Hello, it's Friday and welcome to our Market Insights. We are going to review your favorite stocks in the Philippine Stock Exchange and let's see how the market went. Hi, so we now have a visitor. Please feel free to say hi and of course share your favorite stock picks so we can review them together. All right. So this is the chart of the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, and this comprises the 30 major stocks in the Philippines. For instance, we have Jollibee, Metro Bank, Ali, AC, Meralco, and many others. So these are the major stocks that influence the movement of the index. And we had a good bounce from this doji here. This happened last uh, September 4th, and this was yesterday's. Let's put in our favorite indicators, and I am using the Bollinger Band. And if you want to change the settings of the Bollinger Band, you can just click it and do a right click so we can change the colors. So let's make everything light, median. Okay, so while we wait for the others to join, just setting up the Bollinger Band here. And thoughts, background. This one also. Okay, there you go. Let me know if the lines are clearer. All right. And I am also using the relative strength index as my second indicator. Okay. And these are the stocks that I'm currently watching. Well, let's check out ATN. So very briefly. ATN is just right sitting at the MA29. So hopefully this doesn't break down. So technically, if we have this setup, MA20 is acting as a support here. So if it doesn't break down, then we might experience a good bounce. Hopefully today, and it will potentially move up again. For East-West, yep, we're now moving above the MA20 line. Hopefully this gives us a continued upward movement because we are overall for East-West, we are already in a very cheap level and it's just doing sideways for a long time. How long has it been? Yeah, since the start of this year, actually, since November, just moving sideways here. And now we're on a weekly chart, moving above the MA20 line. There you go. For food, check out food. Okay, so we might experience a bounce for food anytime soon. Actually, looks like this is already in the bounce, but we hope to see some more green movements for food. Hey guys, just currently watching the stocks on my watch list, but feel free to drop the names of the stocks you would like me to review so I can prioritize them. So this is the chart of food on a weekly time frame. It's moving down, but its RSI is moving up. So we're now experiencing the bounce. Hopefully, it breaks the resistance over here. We're now moving down below the MA20 line, so your MA20 can act as a resistance. Good morning, Red. Hi, Mary Faye. Good morning. And yeah, green. Green is next on my watch list. So if I have to plot the let's plot the there you go. So that's the support for green, and we're nearing its resistance, and that is over here. So that's the resistance of green. So if you would like, if you're not yet in for green, this is not the ideal. This where it is right now is not the ideal time to get in. I suggest it's either you wait for the breakout of the MA20 line, or you go wait at the support area. But I'm on the weekly chart. But the beauty of looking at the weekly chart is you really see the big picture. You the daily noise and the dips on a daily time frame will really make sense if you look at it on a weekly chart. But let's take a look at the daily. Okay, so you're right. So on a daily time frame, if you would like, you can watch out in this area. Just add one more area of focus there. So it broke the MA20 line, but it resisted at the upper band. Potentially, it might give us a chance today at the 2.03 level before it goes up, provided the 2.03 area does not break. Otherwise, you have to wait at the 1.90 to 1.85 area. Okay, and that is for Eugene. Marife, yep. I'll check out ABBA, APO, DMC. Okay, so prioritize those. Let me start it. Okay, let me just take note of that. So just talk about green, food and green, and the next one we'll cover is for Marife. That will be ABBA, Apple, DMC, mrsgi, pcor, Tech, X, and RLC for Thomas, ICT for Mary Chris. Hello, good morning. FNI, CLI, ISM, FB, that's for WID. So let's continue. Let's talk about ABBA. For ABBA, we're now moving close to the MA20 line, but above the MA20 line. So hopefully, this is already the bounce that we're looking at. Because at one point yesterday, it reached the 0.87 level. So if you're not yet in ABBA, 0.87 or 0.86 would be your support line over here. And if it doesn't break that 0.87 line, well, good, because hopefully we'll have that bounce within the day, hopefully. Okay. Yep. So if you enter at the 0.87 area and you're just trading ABA, well, this is a secondary stock. Unless you really, have a full conviction on this stock, you can go long term with this. Otherwise, most of the time, this stock is really good for just trading. Just make sure you have a good setup before you enter in this stock, and exit when you reach your targeted profit. Okay, but I'm personally I'm bullish for ABA now. Next one is Apple. This is the list of support that I'm looking at for Apple. The 0.78 area. And although we had a red candlestick yesterday, we are now slightly higher in terms of its position, higher than the previous day. So we're looking at anytime soon, we are going to have a good bounce for Apple. Now, in case the market gives you a chance at the 0.78 area, this actually you're still in a good level. 0.78, 0.80 is fine. A good level where you can enter at, because we are just right at the near the MA20 line, and this stock has already created a brand new support which is a little higher than the MA20. DMC. For DMC, okay, let's do this. I'd like to create a there you go. So that is the support for DMC. Okay, for the new joiners, when we say support, that is the area where the price stops multiple times, the obvious areas. And when you say obvious, that would mean two or more instances when you see a price stop at the same level. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 instances. And the behavior of your RSI is moving up. That's why we're projecting that this stock will move up anytime soon. And indeed, slowly, even though these are red, it did a jump. It did the gap up the previous day, but ended slightly lower. And then for yesterday, it started at the same area, moved up. Most of the action happened on the upside and then landed on the same area. So hopefully we'll have some more bullish moves for DMC. mrsgi. Wow. mrsgi, it hit the resistance. Let me change the color of oops. Change the color of the median because this looks okay. This is the resistance, your MA20 line, which is your moving average in the past 20 days. So what is the average price in the past 20 days? And when the movement is happening on the downside or below the MA20 line, your MA20 can act as a resistance. It's like a ceiling. So yesterday, whenever the price hits this level, there's a rejection. And so potentially we might see some more red candlesticks, particularly today. We might see a red candlestick for mrsgi. And also in the Philippine market, normally on a Friday, that's a profit-taking day for most traders. So they get out of the market and sell their position. So just be extra careful. Okay. pcor. For pcor, okay, same story for pcor. Here's the support that I'm seeing for pcor. And look at your RSI. It's moving up. So what I'm seeing is that, so we already had the bounce we're looking for. Okay. So when we saw this pattern, the next day it did a bounce. However, you have a resistance here. So this is starting to become more constricted. Most likely we'll have some more sideways movement here before it bounces back up. But I'm seeing that we might see a breakout soon. Yeah, hopefully. Okay, so the same concept. The price starts, so let's say this gives a gap up today or in the next days. Your trigger is always when the price starts to move above the MA20 line. That's a good sign. Okay, but if the market gives us a chance at the 5.02 area or the nearer you are to 5.02, that's when you enter before wait for the perfect time for your stock to move up, because this has been on a heavy decline for the longest time since last year. The time when they got excluded from the index, because this stock used to be part of the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. But when that thing happened, eventually, this stock broke down and then they're now at the 5 peso level. How's everyone so far? Okay. Eugene, let's add SMC and MBD for you. And good morning, JV and Ian. Hopefully Ian has already dialed in. Joined us in the live. Victor, good morning. M wide for Chad and PPG. Okay. And that's pcor. To move forward, let's check out tech. Tech. Last night, well, sorry I was late today. Actually, I traded the market and I already slept around, what time was that? 3 o'clock in the morning. I got carried away trading the US market because there were a lot of stocks that are green today. And, let us check that out as well. I haven't really opened it, but I have one stock that was still open. And we ended with a red. Darn it. But that's fine. It still has not reached my stop loss area. So this is what I was talking about the other day. It's just like it's almost instant. I put in $100. I don't use leverage. When you say leverage, you borrow money. And I don't like borrowing money. And this is my stop loss level. It's at 5 peso area. For some reason, when I put in 5, it just uh, goes 4.98. Anyway, so that's it. But if you are to take a look at my portfolio, we are still mostly green. And this is a 0.21 negative for my September. Actually started August with a red month, but we managed to recover, and so far we're green. And this is the beauty of eToro. You see your stats, and you have a record of course, your trades as well. I had a buy order for Amazon, and it was just moving up uh, non-stop. And see, yep, these are my trades, all $100. I made a deposit yesterday, so there you go. Okay, so let's go back now. You can also create your own account in eToro, guys. So I checked out the available funding sources in this portal, and you can actually use your online banking, but it's not showing. But try to do that if you go to eToro. I checked it out. I was able to fund my account yesterday because I wanted to test it out. I funded it with 3,000 pesos using my Union Bank online, and instantly I got the money. So very seamless to transact in eToro. Okay, now let's continue. We are at tech. So for tech, we already have a good bounce for tech. All right, let's make this bigger. Okay, so we have a good bounce for tech. This is the support that I'm seeing. 10.20. So if hopefully this continues to go up and break the MA20 line, as soon as we see that opportunity, then most likely this stock will continue to go up. So let's plot our temporary resistance here, and this is where I'm seeing it. Okay, because this area, this acted as a resistance before. Okay, it went down, created a support in this level, like multiple times it hit that area, and now we have a good bounce. So if you want to get in and the market gives you a chance close to the support level, good, and this will be your resistance. Okay, so just always have that concept: buy low, sell high, because we only um, trade one side of the movement here in the Philippine Stock Exchange when the market is going up. So whenever you would like to get in near the support area. That's why I'm plotting it every single time. And the resistance is a potential profit-taking area. Sometimes though, a resistance gets broken and creates a new wave. So it all depends on you if you'd like to of course, take profit 100%, or you leave some for it to ride the next wave. And the next would be X. Okay, X is trying to resist the MA20 line. Okay, volume's not that much. So that means just be extra careful. Watch out for the price action at the 0.94 level. But overall, I think you're at a very cheap level for X. Uy, there you go again. 0.94. There. See that? Okay, so if market gives you a chance around the 0.94 area and it doesn't break or doesn't go lower than that, then good, we might experience again the bounce in this level. By the way, guys, we are also in YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Okay, so we are Miss JD. I always post the videos here so that you can have options on where you would like to view our recordings. Because as a best practice, guys, I never fail to do this every single day. I go back to my analysis and check whether they're correct. And when the U.S. market opens, I apply them in my trades. And so far, it's showing where those techniques that I'm sharing with you are working. So let's continue the drive to really learn, guys, and let's create that habit so it becomes a muscle memory on our end. Looking at charts every day, in a split second, you will be able to determine right away whether it will potentially go up or down because you're exposing yourself to these charts every day. Good job to the consistent viewers. Okay, to continue, after X, let's have RLC. For RLC, okay, it did not sustain the movement. We were actually already triggering the MA20 line. And what happened here was price started in this level. We had a red candlestick yesterday. Price started at this level and most of the action happened on the downside and landed right on the same area where we had the, well, this was last September 3. It landed right there. So I'm thinking it is still creating a brand new support, okay, at this level, 24.30. So hopefully, because this is a massive movement, normally if there's a massive movement in just one day, there's a different movement the next day. Okay, so hopefully we'll have this scenario again where we had a massive movement down and there's a gap up and then it recovered right away. So hopefully we'll see the same. So if you want to test it out, yes, you can test it out and just set your stop loss 2 to 3% below that. So at least you don't lose that much in case our analysis gets invalidated. Next one is ICT. For ICT, we had a good bounce yesterday. Okay, so hopefully that gets sustained. If the market gives you a chance around the 126 area, that's a good entry price. Because I am thinking we are going to have a bounce on the upside. More green candlesticks on our way for ICT. And look at the MA20 line, starting to point on the upside, pointing upward. FNI. For FNI, we might see another retracement, another red candlestick for FNI around the 1.58 area. Okay, so I'm plotting that area of focus. So that will be your support level. And hopefully it gives us a good bounce right after that price is hit. FNI, CLI, CLI. Let's plot a support right here. Okay, let's create that line. Okay. So your condition is, if you want to get in this stock, you're actually near the support area. 4.61 area is already a good entry price. Just set your proper stop loss, 3 to 5% lower than that. And that is if you're okay with it, because I'm just talking about my profile where I apply a 5%. In eToro, I apply a 5% stop loss level in all of my trades. But 3 to 5, if 5 is a bigger, it's a bit a huge percentage for a risk, you can lower it down to 3%, provided, guys, you enter at the support level, because a 3% stop loss, when you enter at the wrong timing, 3% will easily kick you out of your trade. But if you enter at the support level, then it will potentially give you a good chance of gaining profit, because it's already far, come to think of it. 3% if you enter at that level will be right here, which is really far, right? So what are the chances that the price will break down up to that level? Not that much, right? But if you enter, let's say here, right at the peak, which is a resistance area, in just how many days you will already be kicked out. You see the difference? You have to enter at the support level so that the chances of it being hit is really slim. Then you experience that bounce. Right? I added Chad's request on M-Wide and PPG. Let's add GSM for Evelyn, Ali, ISM for Roger. Good morning, Rose. Wilcon at SMPH for Rose. MPI for Virgo. Let's add them. You're welcome, Marfe. Can you also make some from eToro? Can you also make some from eToro during evening? What do you mean? Like live session analysis for the international market? Guys, yeah, I think that's a good idea, but I cannot do live anymore. What I think I can do would be record. I can record an analysis and then share it to you on this wall and on this page, and also in YouTube. So that's the best that I can do, so that we can also